Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from my craft studio in Wasaga Beach, Ontario, Canada. First day of spring. Perhaps winter has returned. Hopefully not for long. This is supposed to be temporary, but it started out sort of spring-like this morning, but the temperature dropped all day and they were calling for rain or flurries. And clearly we've had some flurries and it's windy and it's blowing and it's nasty out there. But it's nice and warm inside, so I'm grateful for that. And more time inside for crafting, right? But yeah, I'm torn. I was actually at Blue Mountain Village today. We had lunch with friends, and they said, "Oh, do you want to go to the village?" It's like, yes, I haven't been there all season, so that would be great. So we went, and they said, "So are you still skiing?" It's like, I'm torn. I do this. One minute it's like, "Oh yeah, I want to get in a few more days or a few mornings, part days." And then in the next breath, it's like, oh, look, there's bare patches on the hill. That's it. Season's over. I'm done. I'm not going again. So will we ski again? Not sure, but it is supposed to be, if it goes below freezing overnight, they can groom the hills. There is still lots of snow available on the hills, and they move it around and they cover up some of the bare spots and stuff. So if it's below freezing overnight, then, for the first hour and a half, 2 hours in the morning, it can be awesome skiing and made even better by the fact that it's not absolutely freezing cold. Although it's probably feeling pretty yucky out there tonight, but nobody's skiing tonight. But anyway, we will see. I have not, there's been no final decisions made because then if we get a nice mild day, it's like, nope, that's it. Skiing's done. I'm happy. Bring on spring, So we'll see. But a definite maybe. Anyway, Nancy, hello, welcome. Thanks for joining me tonight. Don't know who else is coming tonight. Lorna was here yesterday, so she might come back. She might come back today, but we will see. Uh, but in any case, why don't we do some crafting? So my Zoom to Facebook stuff was working okay. But clearly my telephone zoom to make the picture bigger was not. Oh, and we're a little crooked, aren't we? Can I make us straighter at least? Wrong way. This way? It's a little straighter, I think, for now at least. Okay. So what are we doing? I was going to grab my sheet that's down the other end of the room with the measurements, but that's okay. I will just fake it. I will measure as I go, and you will see me measuring as I go because the bottom of my my mat is in the screen, clearly. That's okay. All right. Card base, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 1.5, 4, and 5.5. So 1.5, 4, and 5.5. I guess you can't really see those score lines on there, can you? I don't know that you really need to see the score lines. Well, okay. Apparently you're not going to get to see the score lines, but they're there. 1.5, 4, and 5.5. And then you need, and I didn't specifically say ×2, but hopefully you saw from the picture that there were two. Two pieces of designer series paper, 4 inches by 1 1/4. Okay, and then I suggested an interest element or fussy cut, die cut, stamped, colored, whatever. So I have cut out this is the perennial postage die set, and I have cut out this piece because for this card I am going to stamp and color a little bit. And then we need a piece for the sentiment. So I've got a relatively small sentiment that I'm going to put in there, is my plan. And then you need another of cardstock. And I don't know that I'll stamp on this. We'll see. I might see what I have. So for this card, I'm going to stamp this flower image from Memorable Blooms. I love this stamp set. Oh my goodness. It's just It's wonderful. I love these images and some great sentiments. There's a thanks so much. That could have worked. Um, but anyway, I pulled out a thanks because I had this out on my desk. This is simply said, and there's just a thanks that I have mounted for this card. So we'll probably go ahead and use that. Okay, this is Lemon Lolly, and this is the Floral Delight designer series paper that we used in the global retreat. So if you were at the global retreat, you might have a few scraps of that left, and you can go ahead and use them here. What am I was going to get oh, piece of scrap paper. Ah, it's like I was going to get something. What was I going to get? Piece of scrap paper because I know for a fact that my image is considerably larger than this. So I am going to stamp this, I think, with Daffodil Delight, which is some of that darker yellow. So that's Lemon Lolly and Daffodil Delight and Old Olive in there. Okay, and we will just, this is going to totally hang over, and that's okay. That was known, understood, intentional, all those things. There we go. I hope this doesn't look too busy. We will see. Oh, sorry. One moment. I just need to put some Stampin' Mist on my Stampin' Scrub. You have a Stampin' Scrub? This is half a Stampin' Scrub. This is a very old one. And the hinges on this style were not good, so they used to break a lot. But it still totally works. And it is awesome for cleaning your stamps. All the little fuzzy bits get in between all the little crevices in your stamp, and they clean it really, really well. And the Stampin' Mist, of course, also conditions the rubber so that your stamps will last a long, long time. Okay, what do we want to do on here? Maybe we're going to do a little bit of light lemon lolly, maybe some of these flowers. I don't know. I'm just gonna give it a little color. I may not even color them all. I'll just kind of add a bit of color here to some of this. A little bit of dark. Maybe we'll go to dark daffodil for this. And just add some little bits to the edge of that flower. And color in some of these, eh? Maybe. I could have colored in advance. I did not. So you will have to watch me color a little bit. The daffodil on the daffodil gets a little bit lost, doesn't it? Go back and do these other flowers with lemon lolly since that shows up more. And then I have old olive. I thought I would color up some of these leaves a little bit. I don't know that I really wanted to color this whole leaf, but now I am. So I should probably I'll do all the big leaves. My problem is I struggle with white and white space. If I start to color, I can't add just a little bit of color to some of the things because then I think, oh, I should just put a little more here. And then I think, oh, well, then I should just put a little more there. And then it's not balanced on this side. I better add a little more. And the next thing you know, I have colored the whole thing. So I sometimes think I should just, pick three things and color them and then just walk away. I don't know. We'll see. What do we think? See, to me, these leaves look like they need a little something, but I don't know. Maybe they don't. Just throw a little bit of color into this flower here. See, I'm doing it right. I'm coloring all the flower pieces now. I think that's the last one. Oh, there's one little bud here. But look, I have now colored all of the flowers, but maybe I'll stop there. Maybe I won't color all the leaves. This one leaf. I have one odd random leaf that's colored in the small leaves. So we'll just come in and add a little green to some of these other small leaves. And here's where it begins, you know. Okay, I'm gonna put the cap on the marker. Piece one of the ones labeled as basic white for sentiment. No, this is actually it's kind of an extra because this is the one that was labeled. Oh, let me just take a peek at the picture again. What did I label it as? Where did my picture go? Why is it not showing? Oh, because I had it open in an email. Okay. Let me go over here and just see. Oh, oh. Okay, one moment. I can do this. I can do this. I can get this information. But let's get it a different way. Let's just open up the photo. Pictures, pictures, pictures. Pictures would be in here. Nope, that's videos, pictures. There we go. And Connie's Craft Along. So this one was labeled as die cut, fussy cut, ephemera, or stamped focal piece. So this is now my focal piece. So that's what that one is. And then I still have the one for the sentiment, and this one I actually cut in yellow. This was the what did I call it? An extra strip or something? Narrow strip of cardstock. I showed it in white in my photo, but it's yellow for this card. Did you want to see the card that came with the picture? I actually made that card. I made it last night at my team meeting. So kind of doing double duty with my supplies here. So, oh, let me get back to this so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, so this is the card. So this is my focal main piece, and this was a piece of ephemera from the oh goodness, Storybook Friends or Storybook Moments Suite. So this designer series paper is from the Bunny Rabbit set, as a lot of people call it. So this was ephemera. So this is in the DSP, but it punches out and it is just paper, but it comes already colored and everything. So yes. So that's what that is. And then this was designer series paper. Here's my white piece for my sentiment. And then inside, there was my other piece, my other narrow white strip. And then I put a little butterfly. This was also the ephemera. So, and this is how the card goes together. It's called a bay window card. So it actually, and this is where it gets hard to show, but it will sit, oops, on display. Well, you have to you have to play with your folds to make sure they're even. So a little bit hard to see from the top, but this is what it looks like. So you can see that it stands up on display for Easter or birthday or whatever. So that's where we are headed. I'll just leave him. I'll move these guys back a little bit and put him up there so he can inspire us. So this is this. That makes sense. Okay, so then I need to stamp a sentiment. I think I'm going to stamp my sentiment in Old Olive because that will show up a little bit brighter than the daffodil. Daffodil ink might have worked, but we're just going to use Old Olive because that's what I decided earlier and that's what I have out. Okay, and this, I'll just put right in the center there. There we go. Made a few Easter cards recently. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. I don't tend to send Easter cards, but hey, maybe this is the year, right? Now, this piece, I put a little bit of ephemera on that one. I don't know. What do I have for? Not sure any of these things would show up a whole lot. You know, and you don't have to put anything on it, but I only have one of these. If I do something on here and it looks ridiculous, I will be in trouble. But I do have a white piece here. I could use this white piece if I mess up the yellow piece. Maybe I should use this white piece anyway. It's maybe a little bit better. But that one definitely looks like it could use something fun on it. Oh, look, this was also sitting on my desk. See, when you don't clean up, sometimes it's a good thing because I could put this. Actually, I could just use this, couldn't I? The card can stick into there. And then I've got thanks. You are awesome. Oh, it's a happy situation. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. All right, I think I'm done with some of that. So now, the all of these um score lines, you're going to fold them all the same direction. So fold it in half. That makes my regular card. But then I'm also going to fold this one in, and I'm going to fold this one in. So they all go same direction, like you're going to make a circle, but you're not. And then we will put adhesive to these pieces. Oh, this one. I think this guy is just about finished. This is one that I noticed in a live a number of days ago now. All of a sudden I could see the red. It's like, oh, I gotta run out. And I didn't have a refill handy. And then I didn't run out. And I've used it a few times since then. And it has not run out, but it's getting very close now. So I think we are almost done now. Okay. Put this one on here. So these pieces of designer edges between the score lines. Okay, and then I am going to pop this guy up with dimensionals. No. And then there's just one other little, don't make this, don't do it. I don't know whether I did it or not, but you want to make sure if your sentiment is going to dangle past your center section, make sure that you only adhere it where the center section is. Okay, so this guy, I think we'll put him right here and we'll let him dangle just a tiny bit, but not a whole lot. So I want to make sure that my dimensional is in from the edge, okay, because some of it's going to dangle over. And if you put it right on here, then it's not going to, it would have to fold, and that's just not right. So that, and we will put this right about there. I think that's okay. Oh, by the skin of my teeth, maybe I should move it over just a tiny bit. It's better. Okay, so that's like that. And then this piece, this inside piece. Hi, Suzette. So you may recognize this card from last evening, and now we have a different version of it here. You're going to want this piece on dimensionals for sure, and you want to make sure that this edge, so the inside edge, make sure you don't have your dimensionals right there, or it like this, just the card just it just goes under a little bit because the dimensionals are over on this edge here, the outside edge of the card. So make sure your dimensionals don't go the whole way. So you may need to cut them and make them a little bit narrower. So I have one part piece there, but I'm just going to cut a little bit more. Let's cut that whole strip and then put that right down at the edge. And then this will just be dangling so that my card can tuck underneath there a bit. And it probably won't go under that far, but then it can go as far as it needs to. So I'm going to put this fairly close to the edge. There's no right or wrong. I left a little bit more space on this one because it was a little bit narrower. So this one just comes out a little bit closer. And then we just need a little bit of bling. What should we put on here? I'm thinking maybe something in gold. We used some of these last night, I think. These are the blooming pearls. They're beautiful gold ones. So we could put the lid on the pokey tool. There we go. We don't kill anybody. I'm gonna put some of these little guys. Do I want a big one in that flower? Could put a big one in this flower. I think so, right? And then one more small one up in this guy. There we go. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to set them aside for now. And then when you give this card, they can just tuck that under there and have this lovely, it's called a bay window card, in case anybody's wondering what this fold is called, because it looks like a bay window. Actually, it'd be very cool. You could do it with a window sheet and put something on the inside. Take a little bit of coordination. Yes. So there's the card. So there's two of them. And then because this is always just a starting point, of course, I have another one, and this one I have some ephemera. This is the yes, that's what it is. Where is my paper? Is it way down the other end? Nope, here it is, maybe. Wildflower Birthday. So Wildflower Birthday Designer Series paper, and it too has two sheets of this ephemera in it. So here's what we're going to do for this one. We're going to fold this in, fold this in, and we're going to fold this in, and this time we have 3 pieces of Designer Series paper. So I'm gonna put the stripes on the center section. I love this paper, and it's hard to put the gold face down, but I love these stripes too. It just, I don't know, reminds me of, I want to say almost old fashioned, kind of like, I don't know, makes me think of the Brady Bunch or something. Wouldn't, Marcia and Jan's bedroom, they have something like that? I don't remember, but I don't know. Makes me think of some of those sorts of things. And the colors are just so pretty, soft and lovely. The colors are I think it's actually pretty in pink. I've got a bubble bath card base going on here. Because I was looking at it, I thought that's what it was, but I look at this darker stripe, it's like, oh yeah, I think that's pretty in pink. and soft sea foam. And then this paper has pool party and blueberry bushel, and then of course lots of gold for the shine. There we go. I maybe should have built this flower first, but because I was messing around with it earlier. Hello, Kathy. Ah, I just got home. Well, that's a nice feeling. I don't know whether the weather out there is anything like the weather here, but if it is, I'm sure you are very happy to be home now. We have winter has returned here for on this first day of spring. Pretty nervy, I think, but apparently we don't have a say in the matter. So I'm going to put this on right now because I've got it on dimensionals. I know I can I've left space here, but I'm going to put it this way. But this way I can get this kind of centered, and then I can fit this little stem guy in after, and these leaves. And I think I'm going to put these down flat. So I'll just put a little bit of glue on these pieces. Didn't even do my stamping yet. I was all excited to build my flower and to show you the pretty designer series paper. So just a little bit of glue on the larger areas of these. There we go. Oh, fairly nice there. Sunshine and a bit of a chilly breeze. Yeah, we had that yesterday. It was gorgeous. And but today winter has returned. So it's one of those welcome to Canada, you know. It's one of those times where sometimes it's spring and sometimes it's winter and sometimes it's even on the same day. So, so I'm just going to give that a very gentle push because I want to tuck these leaves underneath just a tiny bit, just so the stems aren't floating in the middle of nowhere. Am I out of camera? Hopefully not, but I'll bring this back in a moment. There we go. Okay, give that a little more of a press. Set those up there for now. Now I need to, we need to stamp a sentiment, don't we? Okay, so I was thinking I'm gonna stamp it with soft sea foam. Hopefully it's dark enough. Have it nice and juicy, so I think it should work. But let me bring in, where did my foam? Foam, where's my foam? It was here. Oh, over on the chair. Not sure what it's doing over there, but oh yeah. The measurements, Kathy, are they're on social media. I think you're on my mailing list. They're in an email that I sent yesterday, and then it was on social media last night and today again. But so if you scroll down in the Great Stamping with Connie Facebook page, you'll find all the measurements. This one is not in there actually, so let me tell you. I mean, you can measure it up yourself because but it's 2¼ I think. Yes, 2¼ by 4. So these are 1¼ by 4, and these are 2¼ by 4. And this was scored at 1½, no, 1½, 4, and 5½. But there is a picture, so you can get all the all the all the deal, all the stuff. There we go. I think the other one that I have this guy, and I have this. I think this is from So Sincere. Is that the name of the stamp set? But it's got this up and down happy birthday, which is kind of cool. Works perfectly for this card. Go. I don't know about you, but I can't stamp straight this way. I have to do it across. It's kind of like when I put designer series paper on something long. I have to turn it sideways. It's I don't know, it's how my eyes and brain work. I have better success. It's like banners. We were doing card club yesterday morning and we had to cut banners. Um, so you've probably heard me teach that you cut down the middle. Shall I show you? Where's a scrap of cardstock? There must be one, right? I could even use a scrap of paper. That would work too. But okay, so yeah, apparently we're using a piece of paper because found that first. So if this is your cardstock and you want a banner end, so we always say cut up the middle and then cut from the corner to the middle. And then this piece will come out. Okay, and then you cut from this corner to the middle. But I can't cut this. I never get it right. But if I flip my cardstock over and cut this, it's the same hand position. And I get a much nicer banner. Don't ask me why. I can't explain it. But everybody yesterday's going like, and then they're trying it and they're like, oh, you're right. That is easier. It's like, I don't know why, but it is. Okay, so now we want our dimensionals down this side. So I'm just going to flip this and we're going to put them down this edge and then they can go anywhere on that guy. So, well, no, not quite anywhere because it's going to dangle, isn't it? So oh, okay, that didn't work well, but that's okay. Ooh, that's a little too close to the edge. It's right off the edge. There we go. You don't really need a whole lot to tuck it under anyway, so. Okay, and then we need, oh, look, we don't even have any dimensionals left on this sheet. But we have edges. We have edge bits. It's all good. And just make sure this is the part that is going to dangle. So we will go right about there and there. So again, you want to make sure you don't go past this fold with your adhesive. So make sure your sentiment is over enough. And I think that probably is, yes. Give that a press down. And then this, oops, you take the backs off, otherwise it's not sticky, is it? Okay. Oh, that one got, there we go. And then I'm just going to put this right about, see, I can't even get this straight. Right about there. We go. Little bit of, oh gosh. Now what do we do here? Maybe green. Yes. I have some ink, but I'm thinking maybe the old olive to pick that up. Pool party. I think that's pool party. Night of Navy. Oh, Coastal Cabana. Okay, so this is kind of pool party on this end. So we could, but we've got a lot of green going on in the middle. And it's not really old olive, but this light one I think would go. Am I messing it up? No, I think that will work. Okay, we'll just stick with these lightest ones. I think it will coordinate just fine. Where do we want to go? This side, this side, this side, this side. This side? Sure. What the heck, eh? There we go. A little bit of bling on there. We got some bling in the middle of the flower, so that's good too. And then you just tuck it. So you just have to kind of fold to get your folds even. And then you just tuck it underneath. There we go. Whoop. and then you fix your fold. Ah, ah, ah. This one's oh, I wonder if this is kind of narrow for that. Hmm. There we go. So it's just like that, or like this. So there you go. Bay window cards. Shall we leave them up as I bring them back in? There we go. Alrighty. What am I looking for over here? So there's the cards for tonight. Something a little bit, a little different, a little bit of a fun fold, but a very easy fun fold, but fun. Great, uh, great for sending cards that you might want to display. So at Christmas, this would be awesome for Christmas cards because they're really any more work than making an ordinary card, but they are fun to put on display. The only extra thing is just one little extra bit on the inside to tuck your card in. So that's it's not really any more work than decorating the inside of your card a little bit. So anyway, I hope you like it. Give it a try. If you make it, please feel free to post a picture of your creations in the comments and share those with all of us. We love to see what everybody does. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will hopefully craft together again really soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.